Assalamu alaikum. I hope you're all doing well. Every time, making mistake is not a bad thing, but every time when you make mistakes, must ensure that it must be a new mistake. Similarly, it is not compulsory for you people to learn new things from your mistakes. Rather than it, you can make you can learn new things from the mistakes of others, from the peoples in the surrounding in the world. In the context of this, I am presenting a mistake of a few peoples who are responsible for the deaths, for the disasters, for a very big industrial disaster named Bhopal Disaster. I am presenting in front of you the Bhopal disaster as a moral catastrophe. A moral catastrophe in which I will show you some things that how the disaster happened and how it linked to the Kohlberg moral theory. So move towards next slide. First of all, I am telling you the background of the thing, that what is basically the Bhopal disaster. In the Bhopal, the district of MP in the India, the Union Carbide India Limited (UCIL) is a company that responsibility is to produce pesticides. The pesticides are the things that are used to remove pests from the fields. This plant is owned by America. The plant produces methyl isocyanate, MIC, is a highly toxic gas. In this disaster, the safety measures was inadequate. The safety measures is not proper to be safe. With the malfunctioning equipment, their equipment is not too much good. Their equipments are not on the standards, and poorly trained staff. Their staff is illiterate peoples. Now move toward failures. That what are basically the failures of the what are the failures? The cost cutting measures. The people want to reduce to save the money. In simple words, the labor want to save the money. That leads to disabling of crucial safety measures. They will switch off some safety valves, and similarly they also switch off the safety alarms and many other things. And also, beside this, the illiterate people, they have not properly trained. They have not properly trained to handle the MIC, methyl isocyanate. That is basically a highly toxic gas. And lack of emergency preparedness for a gas leak. There is no emergency safety measures. They don't know if sometime a gas leaks, then what to do. In the English countries, there are proper computerized systems. At that time, proper computerized system to detect the leakage. But unfortunately, Indian illiterate laborers had to detect the leakage by smelling from naked nose. That is also harmful for them. The incident, that what is basically the incident happened at that time. On December 2nd, 1984, water entered the MIC storage tank. When the labor is cleaning the clogs in the pipelines, there is the pipeline jump from the production tank to the storage tank. There is pipelines. Some by some inadequate things, the wall remain open, and by some means the water entered the storage tank. This is basically the safety level of the storage tank is 50 to 60%. But at that time, it already MIC is stored in the cylinders is 75% of total capacity, and 25% is inert gas to remain it stable. But when water enter it, the inert gas is not capable to remain it calm, to remain it safe. Then what happened? It start some reaction, a chemical reaction, and the pressure in the tank is not controllable. The safety system fails to contain the leak. It started leaking, leakage is started, and the tanks are under the concrete block, and there are cracks in the concrete also appeared. It is very horrific thing because the people don't know that how to control the leakage. There are no means. It means that if it started leakage, it definitely caused death. People died. The leaked gas started, and the leak gas started in spreading in the air. The large cloud of MIC, reacted MIC, spreading all over the surrounding. Many people died. At that particular instant, there are many people. The workers started irritating eyes, coagulated, thin respiratory tract, lungs irritations, and so on. Many things. People died suddenly. Some people that are come to know that people knows that there is leakage of the MIC, they started to run, but MIC already contracted their respiratory tract, also started to run, and then they fall dead. And those people, some are sleeping because it is the night time. The people who are sleeping can never wake up. Workers died. Although there are many children that died at that time, because MIC is denser than the air. So the air goes up and MIC is crawling on the ground. So the children they're rubbing their eyes at that time. They don't know that what to do now. Although doctors can't even don't know that. They even never heard about the MIC. They're hearing it about first time. So they can do nothing. People died. In the first day, approximately 2,000 people were dead at that night in the Bhopal district of India. And completely it will take 35 to 4,000 people dead. And approximately 5,000 people exposed, leading to thousands of immediate deaths and long-term health consequences. As I have told you, about 35,000 people died in the first few days with long-term health problems. Besides this, there are some environmental damages, contaminations of soil and water resources. You can see the dead skulls, the disabled children's. They are so horrific tragedy at that time. Now, as this is some Kohlberg model stages, if you know the Kohlberg, you know it. If you don't, I will tell you. First stage is pre-conventional First level is pre-conventional, second is conventional, third is post-conventional. And they are subdivided into 6 stages: avoiding punishment, self-interest, good boy attitude, law and order morality, social contract, and principles. Now we will link the tragedy to this. Engineers moral labs, number one, stage 3. They prioritize the short-term benefits. Engineer might have focused on maintaining the production schedule or reducing cost, overlooking safety concerns. They follow authority blindly, ignoring the warning that they must have to turn on the safety alarms at least. But no, that not happened. Concerns raised about safety measures due to pressure from superiors. This is the peoples in the plant followed stage 3 of moral development theory, that is good boy attitude. And secondly, they follow stage number 2, groupthink mentality, conforming to prevailing attitude within the company, even it deviates from ethical standards. They have fear of reprimand, job loss. So they hesitate to raise objection due to potential consequences of questioning established practices. Now, what is your duty if you have ever faced this type of condition in your company, in your firm, in your job? Emphasize stage number 5, the social contract and individual rights. Within engineering, education is crucial. You must socially concerned about the people rights. And last, the most important thing that you must do. Engineers to strive for stage number 6, the universal ethical principles. By prioritizing the safety and well-being of the public and the environment. Never ever compromise on it. That's all about the Bhopal disaster regarding in the lens of Kohlberg theory. These are some references that from where I have extracted all these knowledge. The Bhopal disaster on Wikipedia, Bhopal gas leak disaster, CBC News, the Bhopal disaster and its aftermath, a journal published on NIH, National Institute of Health. So thank you for listening me, and thank you for your time. If you like the Bhopal disaster, I request you to subscribe my channel enginiusmechtech. So till then, take care. Bye bye.